Hello everybody, and welcome once again to Stampin' with Glitter Mum. Today I'm going to share with you a sort of a watercolour effect technique. I've done it using two different sort of artistic mediums. So this one is watercolour pencils and this one is the ink from our ink pads, and then just a normal aqua pen. So I've seen a couple of videos recently where people have used salt for an amazing effect, and I have actually got a little card that I've made with the salt effect on it. Not really sure if anything ever comes out, but you can see you get a sort of a lovely crystalline effect on there. But there's plenty of people showing you that one already, so not doing that one today. But I thought we'd use another household object. So in the UK we call it cling film. I think it's called plastic wrap or saran wrap or various wrap terms. But yes, good old cling film that we put over our food to keep it fresh, or wrap sandwiches in when we're not being ecologically friendly. So yeah, I'm going to show you just how we make the backgrounds on these really. And then I've just zhuzhed them up with a couple of glimmer dragonflies. That one's actually a landscape card there. So let's get on with the painting. So I think the first one I'll do will be using the ink from the ink pads. And I do love doing some of this watercolouring now. I always said, oh, I'm not artistic, I just like putting, pretty bits of paper and paint together. Paper and, ink and stamps, but I have quite enjoyed, there you go, getting inky fingers as I've just done. So I've just opened up 4 ink pads. So I've got Pacific Point, Wisteria Wonder, you can't see them, can you? Pacific Point, Wisteria Wonder, Bermuda Bay, and a bit of Daffodil Delight for some accent. And I am just going to give a bit of a wash on my paper. So no particular pattern here. I'm not trying to emulate a landscape or anything like that. Put a lot of water on that one, so I'm going to have another bit of Wisteria Wonder down here. But yes, I feel like an artist when I'm doing this sort of thing. And I'll take some down here. The effect you get from the wrap works really, really well with slightly more water than you might normally use. So I'm just going to blend those in there. Bit of bright Bermuda Bay. And I'll probably go over it again with a little bit of, so just squeeze some more water out there. I love it when you actually get a bit of bleed coming through between the colours. Now, a couple of people have asked about the paper I do my videos on. So this is called grid paper, sold by Stampin Up. So most of us demos use it for when we do our parties and demos. It's good to keep your surfaces clean, but it's brilliant. It's got centimetre dividers, so it's great for lining up stamps and things. And one of my colleagues, Stampin Colour, Ema, has just done a little video on how to use grid paper to line up your stamps when you're putting them on the acrylic blocks. That's really good. It's got inches on one side, centimetres on the other. It's great for a little wish list as well, so you can jot down things or notes as you're going along. You'll have spotted I'm a lefty, so mine always has loads of notes sort of sideways across the page. So I'm going to put some in that corner. I'll probably talk too long now for this to work. I like just a little accent of something lighter, which is going to turn into some weird green now because I forgot to clean off my brush. But there are no mistakes in crafting, are there? Just an idea you haven't thought of yet. So I'm getting very excited at the moment. It's nearly time for one of our biannual events, and we're all off to Amsterdam for Stampin' Up on stage. And I get to share loads of ideas, see some amazing new products. So yeah, be prepared for some very excited demonstrators coming your way soon. So there you are. I've made that good and wet. It's quite a nice little effect at the moment already. But I am literally, again, going to grab my cling film. Would make a recommendation. This Bako foil one is a really good, easy cut one. There you are. And it's refillable. And you literally just lay the cling film on top and then scrunch it up. There you are. Squidge it together a little bit. And then it is important that we leave that to dry a little bit. So I'm going to put that to one side, and I shall probably give it a blast on the reverse with my heat gun. You don't want to melt the cling film onto your background paper. So can you see where it's sort of it's pooled, P-O-O-L-E-D, and pooled some colour. And then when you take it off, you have some of those marks in it, and then it also removes some of the colour from some of the lines. So it's a very sort of a veiny effect on here. Really nice. So yeah, I'm going to put that to one side and find another piece of paper. Right, I'm just going to pop all my ink pads away. Got a big dollop of ink there. That is going to end up on my sleeve later. Okay, so I am actually going to whiz off, there you go, one piece from my pad. Normally I wouldn't bother taking it off now, but yeah, I've got a new hoodie on and I didn't want to put my arm straight in that paint. So I am going to use our wonderful watercolour pencils for this one. So I keep mine in a stamp case, thin stamp case, with my Wink of Stella blender brush, and I put my aqua painter in there as well. So for this one, I'm just going to do some lovely pencil work. Again, pretending I'm an artist. There you are, left-handed, sideways artist. The pencils are fantastic though, because just different pressures, you can get such different finish and effects. So a bit of Bermuda Bay coming on here. Up there. Need a bit more in that corner there. Right, very sticky, rich raspberry. So just a little tip, I sharpen these pencils with a like a makeup pencil sharpener. I find even normal pencils don't seem to work very well these days being sharpened with, you know, a little plastic or metal pencil sharpener. And I guess it's something to do with the softness of the lead in a watercolour pencil. So yeah, definitely spend £3 or £4 on a cosmetic pencil sharpener. It's definitely a good idea. I don't know about you, but we seem to find any pencils we buy, they just don't sharpen anymore, and the leads just drop out of them all the time. Can't believe how many pencils we go through in this house. All right, I'm going to have a bit more yellow on this one. Right, definitely need some purple up in this corner. And fill in some of that with some more blue. My arm's actually a bit tired. It's amazing. I find it, you know, even writing for any length of time now makes my arm tired. We're so used to being keyboard users, and I am really just going to look at that. The pencils give such a vibrant colour. I love it. And this is just obviously the easiest way in the world to use these. Very little thought or planning gone into this. But again, it's all about, I'm not worrying too much. I'm taking off some of the excess colour. But the whole point of this is it's a wild, unplanned sort of background. It's just sometimes I don't want it to all end up brown. There goes a bit of brown on there. Certainly get some greens and blues joining in together. Really excited to see what the new in colours are going to be. We always, you know, mourn the loss of our old colours, and I know I for one are desperately hoping that there's by some miracle we get to keep mint macaron. But having said that, I'm sure I thought that about one of the colours last time and probably can't even remember what it is once I saw the new ones. Right, okay, I think we're sort of there on that. My hand's aching. Useless. Little weakling. I need to get down the gym for my arts and crafts. There you go. So I've got plenty, you can see there's plenty of water on there. And my trusty wrap again. Whoa. Whack the camera. And just, yeah, look at that, scrumple it on. There you are, and you can see, once again, there you are, some of the effect of that. So I'm going to leave these to dry for a minute and come back in a mo, give them a quick whiz with my heat gun, and let's see how it ended up. Okay, I'm back. It's a good idea to leave these for sort of as long as you can. I will go back on what I said previously about using the heat gun on the back. Whilst it worked okay the other day, it sort of melted my cling film today. But never mind, that'll just be another interesting effect. This one is still a little bit damp. So really, all you do now is peel away. And as you peel, you should be able to see, try and have a look in the camera. There you are, the funny little effects that have been created. So you get little creases and folds. So the one that I did with the inks from the ink pad is a really subtle, light, you know, background to use, but still really pretty, I think. And then we'll go for the more dramatic one. So let's find an edge we didn't melt. So you can see here it's a much more pronounced fold effect on this one. This one was wetter as well, remember. So you can see in the middle where I melted my paper slightly, gone a bit odd, and then you come back to the folds at the end. So the great thing, as we say, about crafting, there's no right or wrong. However they come out, we can always use them. So I say these are still a little bit damp, so you could dry them off a bit more before you use them. I'll just put that to one side. There you are. Yeah, I love the little, I guess it is just a little fold effect that you get there. So I'll come back to my originals. So this was the one that I did with the actual inks. Okay, so very subtle, and here you can see it quite clearly, the impact of the cling film on there, and then this one as well. So you can see all your little folds and things there. So there you have it, a nice inky thing to play with. Yeah, so just using good old standard household cling film, plastic wrap, saran wrap, to get some different effects on your watercolour backgrounds. Thanks for watching. As always, subscribe, bottom corner or wherever that thing is, if you want to keep up to date with what I'm up to. Thanks very much.